Hello, I'm Nneka, and I'm here to talk to you about a topic you've probably heard about: artificial intelligence in education. And I began my doctoral research on AI in education and its implementation in K 12 classrooms in 2019. And I completed my research in 2023. And even though my study has been done for almost 2 years, I'm still seeing the same areas of promise and of concern. And so I thought it would be important to share the findings from my research and my dissertation. If you are interested in reading my dissertation, just click below in the comments area, and I have a link that you can follow to my dissertation. So I'm going to start. This will be 8 different videos just because obviously to capture the essence of a dissertation that is well better than 100 pages long would take some time. So I thought it would be important to do one finding at a time. So as I mentioned, this area of research was on AI and its implementation in K 12 classrooms with a particular focus on teachers and not only how they're implementing or planning to implement artificial intelligence, but also the professional development that is related to implementation of artificial intelligence. And through my research, I did interact with 15 participants across a wide variety of the United States. So that was awesome. And we had some great conversations. Of course, when you're doing research, there are a particular set of questions that each participant is asked. And from those questions, I was able to glean or capture some major themes and from their findings. And then obviously I had recommendations. So through my research, the first finding, which may not be a surprise, but the first finding is that AI tools do save teachers time. And they were excited, the participants, about being able to save time so that they could spend more time for instruction. And so, what were they using the tools for to save time? Before I answer that question, I want to talk to you about, what were the lived experiences? What were they feeling? And there were, expressions of frustration about too many tasks to complete, too much, too many responsibilities as a teacher. Teachers who want nothing more than to interact with their students, to help their students learn, to inspire their students. But the state of education being what it is, they felt like they didn't have enough time. And so when AI tools were introduced, and I want to keep in mind that this is right around the cusp of ChatGPT. So some of the tools that teachers talked about were not necessarily generative AI or chatbots, but there are other tools out there available. And with those tools, they were excited to save time. You've heard about things such as grading, such as communications, such as lesson planning. So the research bears out what we're still experiencing today, but it's interesting that it's still, even 2 years later, it's like, hey, we really want to save time. Teachers are excited to save time. They're excited to save time on administrative tasks. And I think it's interesting that as a result of saving time, the teachers weren't expressing sentiments of, I'm saving time. Now I get to have, more time on my own, or I get to work fewer hours. They were like, hey, now I get to spend more time in building relationships and engaging with students. And I think that's important. So, just to recap that first finding, teachers are saving time using AI tools. They use AI tools for a variety of administrative tasks, but the major types of time saving actions that they were taking were with grading, providing feedback, and communications. And so there was a particular set in which teachers felt like these are the ways I'm saving time, and also with lesson planning and idea generation. And from that, teachers determined or were excited that they had an opportunity to engage with their students. I think this is an important finding because as we continue to learn more about artificial intelligence in education and its impact, both now and into the future, we'll probably continue to see tools available or developed to save teachers time in particular areas. And it will be interesting to see if the tools that are created, if they come together in a package, or if there are still these one-off tools and what that'll look like. Because right now, there are such a plethora, right? Just a wealth of tools available. And the number of tools that are available now were not available during the time of the research study. And so I think if there anyone out there doing research on the types of tools that teachers are using, I think that would be very interesting because I still think that there are still a few. And I don't know if those few will be the ones that are here, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But it will be interesting to see how that's grown over time. Thank you for listening to the first finding from my research study about artificial intelligence and its implementation in K-12 classrooms. And there are several more findings to go. Thank you.